Hello sports fans and welcome to Sports with Eric Hicks. I am your host Eric Hicks. Well, it's been some time since I've graced you with my presence, but I'm back to bring you the sports that you love. We're going to start things off with the NBA. Now, the NBA, if you guys caught last night's game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets, it was a great game. The Lakers went into overtime with the Rockets winning 99-95. Now, of course, in that game, Steve Blake, he had 24 points. James Harden had 30 points. They played their butts off. I'm telling you, it was a great game. I like the hustle with Pau Gasol and Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard didn't play well in the first half of the game, but he played great in the second half. I liked with Pau Gasol. He had a triple double on the night. The Lakers played fairly well. I mean, they showed hustle. They showed the get-to-itiveness, as you will. You know, I think that this was a great game for them, and I think the pressure was off because going into that game, they knew they had to get a win to actually lock down the 8th seed. Well, the Utah Jazz lost to the Memphis Grizzlies last night, and that enabled the Lakers to be automatically in the playoffs. Well, they did an extra thing by getting this win. They moved from the 8th seed to the 7th seed. So they will go on to play the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers will go on to play the San Antonio Spurs. And the Houston Rockets will fall to the 8th seed, unfortunately for them, where they will have to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, it's still going to be a great matchup because if you look at this, you have the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. James Harden used to play for the Rockets. Now he's going back to OKC where he started his career to play against them in the playoffs. So I think that's going to be a good look, and I'm looking at that as going to be a good matchup for them. It's going to be a great game, and you know, the Los Angeles Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs, that's another rivalry game, and I think that's going to be a good look as well. So it's going to be great. The next thing we're going to talk about is the NBA playoffs. They start Sunday, so I'm going to give you my opinions and picks on who's going to win the first round of the playoffs. So we're going to go to the screen, and let me show you we're going to show you the Western Conference. Coming in at number 1 and 8, like I said, the Houston Rockets against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, James Harden used to play for them, so he's coming back to try to win against his former team. Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I liked what I saw from the Houston Rockets. I mean, with James Harden, they were going inside. They were shooting the 3 ball, so they not only can kill you inside, they can slice you up outside with the 3s as well. So Oklahoma City has got to have their game plan if they want to beat the Houston Rockets. But I like the way this matchup is, and you got to watch out for 8th seeds because dating back to when Dallas had the number 1 seed and they faced against the Golden State Warriors. If everybody remembers that, Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, Action Jackson, you know, he was shooting the 3. They just completely steamrolled over the Dallas Mavericks in that playoff series. So you have to really watch out from the 8th seeds. The 8th seeds are like the teams you actually don't want to meet. So I like the Houston Rockets, and I think that the Rockets are going to go on and they're going to, you know, play really well. But it's going to be interesting to see. I actually think this game is going to go to 6. I'm going to go with OKC because I don't think that they're going to just lose their heads. OKC wins it in 6. OKC wins 4-2. I really think that OKC is not going to lose their heads. You know, Ibaka hasn't, to me, played like the Ibaka of old. Kendrick Perkins is still a force to be reckoned with. You know, KD 35 is right there. You got Westbrook, so I'm thinking that they're going to pull it out, but I don't believe it's going to be a shutout. Houston is going to give them all that they have, the kitchen sink and everything. So I like the Houston Rockets to, you know, make it a competitive game, but I still think that OKC is going to win it. Moving on to the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. I think that the Los Angeles Lakers, this is a more favorable matchup with them, you know, dating that they can use the post. They can, you know, match up with San Antonio pretty well. But I think in the end that San Antonio is going to win this in 6. I really do. You got to look at Tim Duncan. You got to look at them signing Tracy McGrady. Tracy isn't the Tracy of old as he was, but he still can get the job done. He can score off the ball or with the ball. So I think that he adds another piece to the San Antonio Spurs as, another universal piece where they not only can go into the post, they can kick out to the three-pointer. You can have Tracy McGrady to get, shots off the ball or on the ball. So I like the pickup, and I think that the San Antonio Spurs will beat the Los Angeles Lakers in 6. I will give the Lakers 2 games. I think they'll win 2 games, but I just don't think that they're going to beat the San Antonio Spurs. So I look for San Antonio to advance to the second round. The 3-6 seeds, Denver, Golden State Warriors. Well, in the regular season, Denver leads 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. But, Steph Curry is a beast. But I'm really thinking that, this is going to be a great series. I'm really eager to watch this. These are young teams going at it. George Karl is a mastermind. He sat there, and when Carmelo Anthony left, he retooled that team, and they didn't get weaker. No, they got stronger after Carmelo left. Not to say that Carmelo, wasn't the type of player, that wasn't great for his contributions for to the Denver Nuggets. He most certainly was. He got the Denver Nuggets to the playoffs, and they were held to reckon with as well. But I just obviously believe that this team is a team ball team. Where it's not just one superstar player; it's an array of players. And when you have an array of players, you've got a great team. So I think this is going to go down to 7. I honestly do. And I think that the Denver Nuggets are going to win it in 7. I got mad respect for Steph Curry, but I think that the Denver Nuggets are going to win this. We're looking at the 4th seed, the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, this is a rematch from last season. If you remember Zebo and Blake Griffin, they were throwing elbows and the rivalry. It's kind of like a young rivalry, a young playoff rivalry. The Memphis Grizzlies have been in the playoffs consistently pretty much, and I like the Grizzlies. I think that, they're going to do really well in the playoffs. I'm not going to say they're going to win this series, though. The reason being is because you have to look at the bench. To me, I think that the Clippers have a better bench. You got people like Matt Barnes. You got people like Jamal Crawford. You got Grant Hill on the bench. You got, and not even the bench, you just got an array of players. Lamar Odom, I can just keep going on and on. But I really believe that Chris Paul, the Clippers, this was the first time that they won their division title in like a very long time. I wasn't really sure on the ages, but I believe it's been almost 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, maybe longer than that, maybe 40. But they're going to come to play, I really believe. They're not just satisfied with the regular season. You get to the regular season, you have to win in the regular season to get to the big dance, the playoffs. So I look for the Clippers to win in 6, 4-2 Clippers. I think that they're going to beat the Memphis Grizzlies and go on. So this is why they revamped their players and, got people like Lamar Odom, Jamal Crawford, Matt Barnes, all these type of players to play so they could be better in the playoffs. And let's not forget Big Shot Chauncey Billups. That's one of the guys that I like to see. Last season he was injured. He was injured and left for the season. So he's back now. So former MVP with the Detroit Pistons. I just think they have a better team around them, and I think that the Clippers are going to win it in 6.